fucked it up. I'm sorry.
You're live on YouTube.
Awesome. Can I tell my followers?
Hold on.
It's a little slow. Okay, so it's a little after the fact.
Hold on.
There we go.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing audio.
The mic was moving.
Oh, because it's off. Hold on.
There we go.
There
we go.
Yeah, but I'm not hearing audio.
The mic was moving.
Oh, because it's off. Hold on.
There we go.
There
we go.
So I'm gonna put this on mute, so we know we're recording.
Okay.
So I guess.
So now I need to just announce it to my people.
I guess I'm gonna go onto my phone to see what I see right now for your channel.
Cool.
As
Yes.
someone
Okay.
just. Actually, I'm gonna go.
I'll start on Periscope and just let them know
just
beta testing.
Go. I'm gonna load up your live stream on the TV.
Cool. Why does it say it's not charging? That's not good.
Hold on.
There we go. Now it's charging. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. By subscriptions, and you probably should be popping up. Yep, look. It shows me.
That's awesome. We'll have to change that. Okay, let's see if we can get this fixed. Yay!
See you on YouTube, baby.
Okay,
I'm
so
under pressure.
no pressure at all. It's fine. Swipe that up. Hi everybody. This is my first live stream, so we're just figuring out a couple of technical difficulties here before we get started on Pointe Shoe Madness. Okay, so let's see. First of all, oh, that's where I could do it. Okay, where's my?
Do what?
No. It's mine. Table now. I'll just go here and find something. We'll do maybe that. No, we'll do maybe. Here we go. That. Maybe. Is there anything else?
Where's your point shoe party that you use for
It's
your...
on my drive, which is not connected right now.
I'll get the drive.
He's getting the drive!
Where is your drive?
It's in the second file drawer from the bottom over here.
Okay.
Hiding. Because it's magic. Okay, everybody, while you're waiting, hi! Ooh, who is that? Hi, Mohammed, 2016. Hello, everybody. Do you have your point shoes ready? Or if not, I hope you're ready to watch some point shoe awesomeness, because it's going to be fun. For anyone who saw any of my previous uploads warning people about this upcoming awesome thing, hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? I was going to do this on live stream, and then I found out that live stream is not free like YouTube is. So I was like, oh no. So we managed to figure out how to get YouTube set up so we could live stream through YouTube as well. And I am so hoping that my YouTube people are finding this on here. Pointe shoe party. There we go. So there's the thumbnail now. We put here, hold on. Finishing this up. That. And then that. That's good. I don't care about any of that. How do I save it? For watching. Hi, anyone who's watching. And there's the chat. Say something. Okay, I will. Hi, everyone. Hi, everybody. Okay, so hopefully that'll work. Oh, there's Jessica Elizabeth. Hi, Jessica Elizabeth. Yay, I'm glad you got on here. Okay, so where's the little savey button on here? Is there a save button? I'll change to saved. Okay, so we're here. All right. First of all, happy pre-4th of July, everybody. I'm very excited. I have my coffee to get started, and it's decaf, because that's all kinds of fun. Let's make sure I leave the little commenty section down here available so that I can actually see what people are saying. So, basically for me, Pointe Shoe Party means I take forever to sew my shoes because I have so many things I'm working on. Just to sew one little shoe to get ready, I first have to break it in. I cut the shank a little bit, not all the way through, which if you'd seen one of my recent videos, you'll know that cutting it all the way through means getting really bad blisters on the bottom of your foot, which really sucks. So cutting it, fitting it on my foot, sometimes I used to steam the shoe actually, and then put it on my foot to get a better mold. Hi, I'm well, how are you? But then I realized that when I steam my shoes, for me, it breaks them in too fast. I have really, really pointy feet. Let's see if we can exemplify the pointy feet. They're hidden by my black booties. Pointy feet. Okay, they're not as pointy as Iana Salenko's, but then whose are? But mine are really pointy and they break the shoes in really fast. But then after the breaking in, then you'll have the darning. So I darn the shoe, as you can see on here, which takes a while. Then sew the ribbons, then sew the elastics. And it's a process, okay? So that's why this is 3 hours long. This may not be the most awesome, fabulous video ever, but I'm here to answer your questions about pointe shoe sewing, your concerns, your interests, and in the meantime, I'm going to get my shoes sewn. So thank you. Ooh, who called me a queen? Aw, Sean Becker, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so on my table today, any of you who might be interested, pointe shoes. That bin is full of pointe shoes there. I have more over here. And a lot of them are old and used. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. It's the natural glow of summertime after having a margarita. That's what it is. So tonight, though, I have left 4 fabulous pairs of my Grishko Novas that I got from a fantastic donor. I'm very grateful for that. And if you hear any scratching in the background, that's my lovely cat Kiki. Oh, Kiki, are you really doing that now? Oh, God. I'd totally eat pizza with you and talk about boys. Yeah, boys are fun to talk about. So, okay, moving right along. But pizza. Do I know Misty? I have met Misty Copeland, actually. Back in the day, when I was with Ballet Hispanico, actually right before I joined Ballet Hispanico in New York City, I was living at a hostel, it was like part of the religion I used to be a part of, but not anymore. But anyways, they had a room for rent, so I was sharing it with a girl who was with the ABT2 company, and she was friends with Misty Copeland, who was in the ABT2 company. And Misty came over to our room one night and hung out, and she was totally sweet, really nice. I had no idea who she was. But then I went and auditioned for the ABT2 company. God, can I talk? And I was already 21, so they cited that I was too old to join and that I could audition for the company, but it was a bad audition, folks, let's just face it. And Misty was there, and she was doing like triple awesome perfect turns with her leg over her head, and I was really intimidated at the time because I was still suffering from that horrible foot injury I had gotten a couple of years ago. So my confidence was just shot. But I will say, looking back, I wish I had, tried for the company anyway, or at the very least gone back into some heavy training, gotten my foot properly treated, and then, yes, cats are awesome, Jessica Elizabeth. I adore cats as much as their poop stinks. But now what I'm doing, as I ramble on, is I am now in full-time training with a fantastic company here in California with this amazing ballet coach who actually also coached Misty Copeland and helped fix her before she went on to join ABT. However, she doesn't care about publicity, so nobody knows who she is. She's amazing. And I am training for the year so that next season I will be auditioning for companies again. And you better believe I am going to go and audition for ABT. Even if I fall on my face, it's happening. So there. Hello, hello. Show what you want to show the pointe shoes. So let's get going on some pointe shoes, and hopefully if I don't answer your question right away, post it a couple more times because it might be because I'm looking at my shoes. So this is the Grishko Nova, and Grishko. The reason that I like these for me was that They have a built-in little like quiet pad under here, so they're just a little less loud. They have a nice long vamp, which for me is good, but not too long. You know, my toes, my arches will really break over very easily, so they need that support to kind of hold them in. But if it's too high, it breaks weird on my foot and it hurts. It's a strange thing. But I like the way that they look on my feet. Now listen, between you, me, and the fence post, Freed shoes are the bomb. Freed shoes are the bomb, I'm not going to lie. And also I've heard that some of the new Block series are really good too. However, Freeds break like that. My feet are a size 7.5 and I am 5'6" tall. Between 5'6" and 5'7". So I tend to live in the size 5 point shoe range. But these are a quadruple X width because of my fantastical bunions that I got from my grandmother. They are inherited. Bunions do not just come from point shoes. They can be exacerbated by point shoes, but they're not necessarily the cause. Thank you, Jessica Elizabeth, for the good luck. I appreciate it. But, so yes, if I had my druthers, I'd be in Freed point shoes all the time, and I'd go, ha 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 ha, I got this pair and I wore it out in one day, la la la. But since I am not currently under company contract, I want shoes that are going to last a bit longer. That's why I'm going with the Grishkos. And I'm doing a lot of classwork right now. These are great for classwork. I've also heard that Sanchas are good for classwork. And I found a pair of Sanchas that were old, and I tried them out. I had to cut them up a bit, but I have a video of me trying them out. They look fabulous. They feel really good. And I might try those out at some point as well. What I'd love is for another point shoe donor to come along and say, you know what, Georgia, you should just try all the point shoes and we will get you more. That would be fabulous. But I've been lucky enough to have one major point shoe angel in my life. I certainly don't want to push the gods for any more than that. So, first things first, I will take, what I love to use is this, what do you call these things, erector knives? Do I still have a lot of cute dance outfits? Of course I do. I have practice tutu in white. I want to get the black one from Block because Block tutus are awesome. Chicotte tutus are also awesome. I have my long black unitard from a Fosse piece I did still. I have a full-on professional tutu. It's $4,000 worth. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous for Nutcracker, so I love it. Thank you very much. Ooh. From Josie Domo, I've always wanted to try Freeds, but I don't know how I feel about them. And about how much are Freeds, and I actually don't like Sanchas. They didn't work for me. That's interesting, Josie. You know, yeah, Sanchas kind of either work for people or they don't. Freeds seem to just work for everybody, but like I said, they break down so quickly. They are a performance shoe. Now, I've heard that Freed has created a studio shoe that's good for classwork, so you might check that out. They're probably running around the same amount. These, I mean, point shoes right now are running around $90 to $110 a pair, I think. So what I recommend is always check on Discount Dance Supply. I love them. And eBay, okay? If you know your point shoe size, the only tricky thing, you can go through eBay, but you have to get, you want to get shoes where you can have a return policy. Very funny, whatever. But you want the kind of, I'm going to block you if you keep doing that. You want the kind of policy on eBay where if you buy the shoes and then try them on, you can still return them because every pair of shoes is unique. Even if they're the retail kind and they don't have the custom fitters by Freeds, you want to try on every pair and make sure they work for your foot. So you can get them for really cheap on eBay, but I'd go to a Freed store, get a proper fitting, write down your specific sizes, and then if you really have to go on the cheap, go on eBay, find them for less. But make sure you get the exact right fit. So I'm taking my X-Acto knife, that's it, and I know for me where I want to cut the shank, not all the way through, just a little bit, because if I don't cut the shank, it tends to break lower on my foot, which looks ugly and does not support my foot as well. I want to make sure that's where I did it on those. So I'm just going to do a little mini slice here. Where's the show? Haha, where's the shoe? The shoe is here. Here's the shoe. Okay. So just a few slices there. Now I'll do a little bend if you can see. So already, these are hard shanks and they're so easy to bend and break in. So that's as far as I'm going to go. Now, I will get the second shoe. Here you are, my little friend. This is the Nova, the Grishko Nova. La la la. And let's make sure, something I should have done before I cut that, although I'm going to cut them the same on both, but something I need to do right now, let's get that out of there. And I like to take the sticker out because it's annoying and it hurts my foot. But I try them on. Every pair, for me, I figure out which is my left and which is my right because my left foot is slightly bigger than my right foot and it is shaped differently. I've heard of people who like to switch their shoes every time. That is your personal preference. I do not. I mark mine left and right. See the L I put in there? Left. So it seems really obvious, but let's try this on. How does that feel? So that's the left foot, and it feels a little bit tight. My feet are a little swollen. Let's put the other one on. If you want to make your shoes really silent, you can take a hammer and hammer the heck out of them on the bottom, but I've noticed that also kills the box to the point where I don't have enough box support. So I'm willing to sacrifice quietness for strength in my shoes. That's what I need for me. That's what happened when I did Giselle, and oh my gosh, my shoes were beautiful and quiet for Act 2, but for Act 1, when I had to do those hops across the floor, I needed a different pair of shoes, and they needed to be much harder in order to hold me up. Okay, that's better. So that's going to be my left foot. Yep, and that'll be my right. So I always keep a pen. Do you work out your legs a lot? Oh God, yes, absolutely. I try to keep it at a minimum of 8 classes a week, but more plus rehearsals. And then there's cross training. I do yoga at home, and there's Pilates, walking. I'm not a big runner. I'm sensitive with my knees, and I like to take care of them. I don't like running on concrete. I've always wondered, like, how many runners deal with that issue of knees, if they have knee problems from running on all that concrete. Oh, Jessica Elizabeth asks, what are your thoughts on demi-pointe shoes? Great question. So I had a pair of black leather sole. I've always liked leather sole because of the way the way that they fit my feet and shape are really nice. And I've had canvas before and I haven't liked it. But I recently started trying out the new block shoe. Oh, what is it called? Hold on. It's this guy. I borrowed these just to try them out. But they've got that elastic all the way around the edge of the sole. It's really fantastic. It's the new shoe by Block, and I love it. And believe it or not, I never like it when they pre-sew the elastics, but in this particular case, they did a good job. They actually sewed the elastic at the right spot, and they fit beautifully, and they look gorgeous. So it's a new Block shoe. Like I said, it is canvas, but it's got elastic all the way around the foot so that it has this nice fit and look on the foot, and they work great for turns and everything. I really like them. So I've marked my shoes. I also like to say, like, this is left and right, I'll put star so that I know that these two shoes go together. I also, when I darn them, I use slightly colored fabric. I use friendship bracelet string because these are class shoes. These shoes aren't going on stage necessarily, so I don't need to have, I do have some white friendship bracelet darning thread here, but I'll use the pink, and that way I'll know, oh, pink and pink, these two shoes go together. So when I'm digging through my bag really quickly for a matching pair of shoes, I know which shoe goes with which. So now my shoes are marked left and right with a star, left and right with a star. And sometimes, you know, I date them to know how long did I have them for, how long did they last. 7/3/16. 7/3/16. Okay, there we go. Now, the thing I don't like about these is they have drawstrings. I'm not a big fan of drawstrings, but c'est la vie. I love that with Russian points. I have a couple of pairs here. They're too small for me now. My feet have actually lengthened out through my training. Am I in real life? Yes, I am. I am live right now. But these don't have drawstrings, and I love that about them. And then, oh, Josie, your sister wears Grishka Novas? Okay, right on. I'm curious to know what your sister thinks about them. And then what are some tips for losing weight my sister would like to know? Thanks. Oh my gosh. I struggled with losing weight all throughout my teenage years into my early 20s. It sucked. And I still, there are moments when I look in the mirror and I'm like, God, I wish I was so much skinnier. But I've only been back full-time training for what? I mean, at this new studio for 5 months, and then really over the past year and a half. And I'm trying to do this in a healthy way, because you can lose weight really fast, but that ultimately will cause health issues. It was interesting. I watched something today on TV talking about how exercise was not necessarily the answer to losing weight. Really, it is about what kind of food you're eating and when and how. So exercise is good. It's good for your health. It's good for muscle tone. It will help you lose some weight. And then after exercising, you'll notice you're really hungry. So for me, what I've noticed is when I put more things in my diet, like lentils, celery, lots of vegetables, fruit and vegetable smoothies without a lot of honey, tons of water, lemon water is really good, green tea. When I put those things into my diet and remove, like if I had it my way, I'd eat burgers and fries 10 days a week, okay? I would eat steak and potatoes and macaroni and cheese and everything. I love sushi. And sushi's different, but my point being, I like a lot of different foods. But yes, it is 80% nutrition. And eating, lean meats like chicken and fish, or if you're vegetarian, be sure you get in a lot of legumes, beans and beans, musical fruit, and nuts. That will really help. I've noticed that I tend to lean out really fast when I eat less red meat. But my body might be different from your sister's body, so she might go to a nutritionist and see what they say. I had a friend in New York with Ballet Hispanico, and she was eating tons of vegetables, but they were all, I think the deal for her was that she was eating all raw vegetables, and she wasn't losing weight, and she was feeling really bloated. She went to her nutritionist, and the nutritionist said, with your particular gastrointestinal tract or whatever, your body can't process these raw veggies. You have to cook them. Don't cook them too much, but as long as you cook them enough. And when she started doing that, oh my God, she lost weight like that. And it was amazing. So the main thing is that you want to stay strong and healthy while you're dancing. And I think that especially now with the new trend of dancers looking healthier, not so dangerously thin like, Kelsey Kirkland, who is an idol of mine, by the way. But still, thank God it's getting a little better, I think. I'll tell you what happens when I go on the company auditions. I'm like, maybe they'll just look at me and laugh and cut me before I even stand at the bar. But on the other hand, I don't know. I was amazed every time I got a company job. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. So I feel like, you know what, screw it. Maybe I'll do it again. I love to dance. I love to perform. I'll do anything to, well, not anything, but a lot of things to get another opportunity. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start darning my shoes. Now, some people like to pre-harden their boxes using jet glue is really good. This is crazy glue, but what I usually use is shellac. This is what I like. This is shellac in a spray can. Shellac is a traditional finish and sealer. It dries in minutes. Great for hobbies, crafts, toys. I'll put it up close for you to see. Shellac. Shellac. And you definitely want to spray it outside. It's very pungent. Please do not inhale it, especially not for fun, because that's very dangerous. But I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees, and what I'll do is I'm going to later spray a bunch of my old shoes. I'll do this every month, and I'll get at least a few more wears out of each pair when I shellac them. Also, it's important to trade out your shoes. If you can just get 2 pairs of shoes at a time and then trade them off every other class, and every night come home and put the pair you just wore on top of the heater, and the heater will dry them out and kind of rebake them into a hardness, it will make your shoes last so much longer. It is amazing. So, but I will spray those later and bake them, and we'll have a little point shoe baking party. So, but right now I'm going to use the lighter pink. I want to darn my shoes. So let's find my favorite. Ah, there you are. This is my little needle kit. I keep all kinds of needles in here, as well as a thimble in case my fingers wear out. And here, I love this. This is the rounded needle, and I really like it for darning. I'm kind of It's kind of my thing right now. I might get tired of it and go back to the straight needle, but one thing you want to have when you are darning, is pliers. Do I have my pliers with me? Pliers. Yes. Okay. When you're darning, needle nose pliers are your friend because sometimes when you put the needle through the shoe, it doesn't want to come out the other side, which it's like it's stuck in there. And that's when you want to have the needle nose pliers to gently grab onto the needle and pull it out. Be very careful. I have broken so many needles with my impatience in trying to pull it out. So, got my thread. I got this friendship bracelet thread at Michael's. Super cheap. Awesome. Dude, I know Catherine Morgan. Oh my God, I wish I knew her. I follow her on YouTube. I think she's fabulous. She's such an inspiration. First of all, she's beautiful. Second of all, to have gotten to the point of soloist with New York City Ballet, I would kill to have that kind of credential. Not kill, but definitely do, you know what I'm trying to say. But her whole story is so inspiring. And then all of her posts are so helpful. I've watched her tutorials. They're really insightful. She seems to be an excellent teacher. I wish I could have seen her Kennedy performance. Did you see her Kennedy performance? Because I would love to know. I've seen little snippets from it. It looks like it was amazing. And of course, her Red Shoes performance. But I think that woman is changing the landscape of ballet in that I think she's making it a kinder, more informed world to be in. And I like that. I think if she were here, she'd agree with me in that we need to stop picking on each other as dancers and team up and work as a group, like be a tribe. The way musicians are. I've said this in videos that musicians get together and jam and they don't seem to be like, oh my God, you're going to steal my part. And if I don't get that part, it's your fault and I'm going to hate you for it. And now my life is ruined because of you. It's like, no. I don't like that mentality in dance companies. That's one of the reasons I would say I don't like dance companies because there's such a fear factor there and it's gross. Dancers should be empowered and I think dancers should be making a lot more money for what they do because, man, I think we work harder than anybody else. We have to be athletes and artists in one, and yet somehow I feel like a lot of dancers are still scared to speak up, I don't dig it. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. I hope to pioneer a kinder, more inclusive world in ballet. So, I'm getting this all set up. Oh, cool. Josie Doma wants me to subscribe. I will absolutely subscribe. Hey! Boom! Jessica Elizabeth says, Catherine Morgan is awesome. She brought me to your channel after you came up in my recommendations. I unfortunately did not get to see her Kennedy performance. I know, right? Hopefully she'll do another one soon. I hope. Did you know she's getting married? Ah, I think it's pretty cool. Okay, by the way, in case y'all are excited to know, I am now darning the shoe. I know I should bring that. You know what? Okay. If you're on Periscope, you'll see this, but I have a video on how to darn your shoes, okay? So if you really want to get a close-up view of how I am darning them, go to how to darn your pointe shoes and make them last longer. And it talks about my method. Everyone has a different method. Go watch all the videos. Find the one that works with you, that works for you, because I'm constantly playing around with the way I sew my shoes, looking up new videos to try their methods. I like the X method, so I go down and straight up, and then I come around and go on a diagonal the other way, and I do it just around the edge. But everybody's different, and oh, I have a question for you guys. Have you seen Joy Womack's YouTube channel? Was she the first dancer ever to get into the Bolshoi Ballet Training School, and now she's with, who's she with? Some fabulous Russian ballet company. She's gorgeous, and she's from California, I think. I've been in class with her a couple of times over at Westside Ballet. She's a sweetheart, really quiet, gorgeous. And she talks about her method of sewing her shoes. She's a gainer girl. I don't like gainer mittens, I'm sorry, but I don't. But they look incredible on her. I think that paper bags look incredible on her feet, and she'd make it work. Be that as it may, she talks about her sewing method takes so many hours. And she does a thing where she saves all the drawstrings from her old pointe shoes and then makes like this drawstring nest over her toe shoe tip and sews it on. It's incredible. So she has her own method that is fascinating to me. This is always annoying when it gets caught on the shoe. Stop that. Really, I just did this so that I wouldn't be alone while I sew my shoes, because, you know, the cats don't have much input on this, quite frankly. How's everybody doing on Periscope? Is there anybody left on Periscope? All these, like, skeevy dudes came on for a minute and made some really rude remarks about what they wanted to do to me, and when they didn't get a reply, they left. Surprise, surprise. Who does that? I swear to God. You know, there's plenty of other places you can go for that kind of nonsense. There we go. It's kind of messy right now, but it's going to hopefully get prettier soon. The beginning of the darning of shoe number 1. Hurrah! I have all kinds of shoes here. You know, I actually gathered up, there were a few old pairs that were kind of getting thrown out at the studio where I'm training, and I grabbed a couple just to try them out, to feel the different brands, like I was saying earlier. The Sanchas were interesting. I grabbed this old pair of Freeds that I'm going to finish darning, and I'm going to use them like ballet slippers at the bar. Something I love to do is to wear really old shoes at the bar so that I can work on rolling through, pointing through the point shoe, because it's a different feeling from working in demi point shoes. It's very different, and it requires a lot of extra strength in the foot, and I like that a lot. Oh, I gotta keep working my posture. So my big aha moment this week, and I'd had it before, and then I took a couple of days off and lost it and got it back, but it's that neck and head alignment, and I've been talking about it in my videos. I naturally want to go like this. It's been the way I've danced and walked my whole life, but my coach has been working with me to pull this back, and she said, you know, when you lift your neck, you don't lift it out that way, you lift it that way. And by feeling like literally there's a marionette holding me at the back of my head straight up, and I feel it going up and back, but then keeping the rest of my body forward and in line, oh my God, I can turn so much more. My leg has gone higher. My balance is insane compared to what it was before. I'm so happy about that. So FYI, to anyone who struggles with any of those things, I suggest thinking about your head and neck alignment. Just a thought. All right, get in there. Yes, there we go. So is anybody gonna like sneak into the studio? Oh, did somebody just join? Hi everybody who just joined. Is anyone gonna sneak into the studio and try to, I don't know, take class on July 4th? I kind of want to. I know it's so wrong. I should take a full day off and just chill, but part of me would really like to just go in and give myself a bar warm up, just to keep things in place. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I don't stay on top of my corrections and sort of my new body alignment, it can go away pretty quickly here in the beginning. And I'm hoping that, you know, over the rest of this year, it will stick and stay in my body memory, but until then, okay, there we go. So for anyone who just joined, hello, my name is Georgia Reed, and you're watching Ballerina Badass. I have a YouTube channel as well where I'm live streaming. It's youtube.com/GeorgiaIsGiselle. And that came out of the fact that, you know, once you choose your name, you're stuck with it. And at the time I started my channel, I was just coming off of my performances of Giselle in St. Louis for the 65th anniversary of Alexandra Ballet. I had injured my foot now 15 years ago. And it was a bad injury, and I didn't know how to handle it. I'd never been injured like that before. I didn't get any support from the company that I was in. Nobody really told me what I should do, or if they did, they didn't say it in a way that I heard it, but it was pretty lonesome. And I eventually, you know, I kept dancing for a couple more years in companies, and I burned out in New York City and quit ballet. You know, I still would dance, but I really just did a lot more acting. And I waited a lot of tables and did a lot of indie films and ran with a crazy crowd, and then ended up in Los Angeles 10 years later and realized that, you know, I wanted to give ballet one more shot. And I went into serious training with a fantastic coach in New York, up in Beacon, named Kenneth Ludden. He is a brilliant coach. Brilliant coach. I owe him a phone call. And he helped me get back in shape. He kicked my butt. It was like 2 months hardcore, day in, day out, alone in Beacon, 8 hours a day with this guy training. And then I managed to do Giselle again. I was supposed to do it when I was like 19, and it didn't happen. Long story short, I got to do it again. And it was like, it was amazing, you guys, because my mom was there for the performance. My mom and dad both. I mean, they were still married and everything. But it was in 2015, and my mom was there for the performance, and she could barely see anymore. You know, she'd been battling blindness for years. But it was such an amazing moment to, you know, I really did it for her. And she died, 7 months later, out of nowhere. We had no idea she had cancer. And she was gone. And it just meant a lot to me that she got to see me perform on stage in a real ballet role before she was gone. And it kind of is my inspiration to keep going with this. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people feel like, how long is a career? Who do you think you are? Or even if you do become a professional ballerina at the top of her game, how many years do they have? And, you know, people like Margot Fontaine or Maya Plisetskaya, they are my idols, and they went a really long time, but there aren't a lot of those out there. So for me, my inspiration is my mom, for sure. Now, there's a question. Jessica Elizabeth says, do you have a bar at home? I am thinking of making one so I can practice at home, and because right now I'm not able to afford classes. Oh my God, girl, my heart goes out to you. Totally goes out to you. So I don't have a bar at home, but I will totally use my kitchen counter sink area as a bar. I will find anything and make it a bar. I will take a chair and make it a bar if I have to. So find your bar and make it happen. There are tons of classes online. Of course, Catherine Morgan's. Follow them, do them. And then, you know, you might try actually videotaping your classes. You might send them to her and just say, hey, Catherine, you know, I can't afford classes right now, and I was wondering, do you have any feedback on my tendus in this video? I'll bet you she would be willing to give you feedback. I know I would be willing to give you feedback too, but I am not an accredited teacher. I don't teach a lot of classes because I feel like in order to be a really good teacher, you should have some kind of pedagogical degree. Now, that's not necessarily true for everyone. And Catherine, if you don't have one, I'm not dissing on you because you're amazing. But I like to coach. I do. However, I think you should be very careful who you pick as your teacher because depending on your age, your body type, there's different things you need. And a good teacher is worth their weight in gold because they can look at your body and they know what needs to change just for you at that point in your career to make you a better dancer. You know, it's not just a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Hi, that's my husband. So I hope that helps, you know. And as far as not being able to afford classes, this might sound funny, but I've done this a couple of times, like in acting, where I've gone to a studio and I've said, I can't afford classes right now, but I can sweep the studio. I can do some administrative work in trade. You might ask a studio and see if they'd be willing to trade for you and see what happens. Where do you live, Jessica Elizabeth? If you don't mind saying. You don't have to say the exact city, but like area-wise. Oh, and then Josie says, on weekends when I don't have classes, I definitely use a ledge in my hallway or a fence in my yard. Heck yeah, to the fence in the yard, y'all. Love it. Pirouettes on the grass are not, though, very easy, I'm just going to say. But, yeah. So this is going along, as you guys can see up close. Now it's starting to come together slowly. So exciting, right? I hope you guys are over there on the other end sewing your shoes while I'm sitting here sewing mine. And I would have a movie on, like I was saying in the description, like First Position. I watch dance documentaries over and over again. I love Pina Bausch. Also, I watch a ton of YouTube ballet videos, like on Svetlana Zakharova and Eugenia Obrazova and Sarah Mearns and Marianela Nunez. Oh my God, she's amazing. Natalia Osipova, I never say it right. I'll just sit there and watch them. I watched the full-length version of Swan Lake starring Uliana Loptkina. Gorgeous. I highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. I'm going to do a review video on my channel soon. So, Pennsylvania. Ooh, are you near CPYB? Central Youth Pennsylvania Ballet, I think it's called, because they are amazing. And, man, maybe they do scholarships. I don't know. It might be worth a shot to ask at least. You never know. It can't hurt to ask. That's what I always like to say is, you know, the whole nothing ventured, nothing gained. But you may as well find out. And if not, you could say to them, hey, you might email CPYB, maybe that's a Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet Company, and say, hey, here's where I live in Pennsylvania. Do you recommend any studios in this area? And see what they say. And then from there, call that person. You know, a lot of people, there's no like rules about opening a ballet studio. I could open a ballet studio tomorrow and just say, come on in, put on some tutus and dance. And it's like, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia originally, so I don't mean to put on a Southern accent, but I just, that doesn't mean they're good teachers, you know? And I watch those videos too of those girls who can stretch their legs over their heads and people who push them to the limit. And that works for a while, but what nobody seems to talk about is that most of those dancers are retired by the age of 20 and they have arthritis the rest of their lives. You want a good teacher who's going to make you an excellent dancer and keep you healthy. That's my personal opinion on it. So maybe I should be quiet about that. But yeah, the pirouettes are a little difficult. Yes, they are. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is the part that's annoying, is my fingers get sweaty and then the needle does not want to go through at all. And I'm just like, ugh. So I'll use the little pliers to help push the needle through. Yay. And then I will pull it through on the other side if you can see what's going on here. Hello, Jada Television. Hello, hello, hello. This is a Pointe shoe sewing party, so get ready to get excited. Oh, good, I didn't break it. Man. Okay, what does this say? I live a few minutes from Pennsylvania Youth Ballet, and I used to take the adult beginner classes. Yeah. You might just go and talk to them and see what they say. You never know. Never know. Come through. There we go. All right. So does anybody here have any good stories about any performances they've done on stage? Any horror stories or aha moments or success stories? Like, you know, my Giselle story is definitely my big success moment. And then I just did a video recently about when I fell on my ass at Boston Ballet Summer Dance Camp in front of everybody, and it was very embarrassing during the Queen of the Dryads variation from Don Quixote, which is a beautiful variation, and I still get nervous every time I have to do it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I fell at Boston. I'm worried. So silly, but whatever. I wonder if any of you guys have any cool stories you want to share. Ooh, that. Get that going. I'm personally very excited about Nutcracker this year. Right now I'm just, I can't tell you which role or where I'm going to do it. I mean, of course I'm going to try and guest as the Sugar Plum Fairy everywhere I can. But I'm really, hello, who is that? Oh, hello, Aiden, blah, 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 blah. Lots of numbers. Nice to see you. But I'm working on a couple of different roles for a company near here, just learning them, and they're hard. And I'm looking forward to a lot of fouette turns. And not just simple fouettes, like fouette, single with it, single and à la seconde into a double pirouette, into fouette, à la seconde, single pirouette, double pirouette. Oh my god, and I see some of these girls on Instagram who just kill on fouettes, and they're amazing, but I'm just wondering, you guys, have you ever noticed that a lot of the Instagram dancers, like, they can do amazing tricks that I definitely have not yet done, but then if you actually, I never see them really dance. And every once in a while I'll catch it and I'll realize I don't always like the way that they just dance. They can do all these tricks, but then I'm like, what about your movement quality and your port de bras? I'm just curious. I don't know if you guys notice that or care, but I thought really interesting. Oh my gosh, darning takes a long time. After the darning, I'm only going to darn the one shoe and then sew it all, and then I'll darn the other shoe, because, oh, this gets just hurty on the fingers fast. It's like, eh. Go through. Go through. There we go. Yes. Hello, joiners. Hello. Put some music in the background or something. Anybody have a favorite ballet movie that they've ever seen? I think my favorite ballet movie still to this day is The Turning Point. I think it has everything. First class dancing. I mean, beautiful. Leslie Brown, to me, she's effortless. And of course, Mikhail Baryshnikov. Oh my God, I love you forever. And then it's got all this great acting, like really good acting, and they were smart because they left the acting to the actors and the dancing to the dancers. Ding, ding. Although Shirley MacLaine actually is a brilliant actress and a brilliant dancer. If any of you don't know who Shirley MacLaine is, you better look her up like yesterday. And then, of course, oh, what's her name? Honey, who's the woman from The Graduate who played Mrs. Robinson?
Oh, jeez.
I know, right?
Mary Mel Brooks.
Yeah. Does anyone remember the name of the lead from The Graduate? It's she's got the beautiful dark hair and dark eyes. Why am I brain farting on this? I feel terrible. She is an acting icon legend, and I'm making it seem like she's not, but she's incredible.
Anne Bancroft.
There you go, Anne Bancroft. So it's Anne Bancroft and Shirley MacLaine, and they have this scene where the two of them get in this argument about how Anne Bancroft became the professional ballerina star while Shirley MacLaine decided to get pregnant and have a family. And I mean, it's so real and so honest and beautiful. And I really feel like these people, I mean, I'm sorry, but it just makes Black Swan, I love Black Swan for its own reasons. It's really good, but not like The Turning Point. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't compare them. That's a little bit apples and oranges. But we'll stay off the topic of Black Swan because we all know that Sarah Lane was the real ballerina who did 90% of the dancing. And then, as you all know, they did not put her name in the credits as the stunt double, and Natalie Portman did not credit her ever. And they actually told her to stop talking about how she danced so much in the movie right before awards season because they wanted to make it look like Natalie Portman had done all the dancing. She did not. If any of you watched the movie, I think her acting was worth an Oscar. Natalie Portman is one of the best actresses I've ever seen. I think she's amazing and beautiful and sweet. I think she should have gotten the Oscar for that. But if you watched her do those swan arms, ain't no way she did any of that dancing. No. I'm sorry, but no. So I feel badly for Sarah Lane. But the great thing is Sarah Lane has continued to thrive at ABT, and she's beautiful, and you should follow her on Instagram. So there. Ooh, we got a new thing. I see it too. I love watching the artistry and dance, and a lot of the younger kids that dance focus more on tricks than the emotion behind the dance. Yeah, that's the point, you guys. It's like, I mean, even gymnastics has artistry, but not to the extent dance does. You know, there's a reason when they say it's like a sport, only harder. It's harder because it is an art form, and there is an artistry, and you have to be a really good actor. It's not enough to just be, I mean, I guess there's people who make a living out of just being a good dancer, but I don't like it. I want to go to a performance and be moved. And, you know, it's good to see that there are dancers out there who are bringing the artistry more and more. Thank God. The really good ones, you know. I'm trying to think who my current absolute favorites are, but I think I already mentioned, you know. Marianela Nunez is, incredible. Lucia Lacara, she's really beautiful. I mean, but when it comes to acting, for me, nothing beats Margot Fonteyn. I mean, that woman, oh my God. Carla Fracci, too, really good. I really love Sarah Lamb's acting, quite frankly. I like her in more contemporary things, personally, but she's stunning in everything. I mean, we're being picky here, right? But she has a fire about her that is just magnetic, and I love that. I don't know, any of you guys have a favorite ballerina you're watching right now who just does it for you? I'm curious to know. Okay, we are working our way around the shoe. It's only taken 20 minutes just to do one tippy toe point. Here we go. So we're getting closer. Closer. You, me. Hi. I saw part of that. Oh, I need to tell you guys, I am selling a couple of pairs of shoes right now that, like I said earlier, they're too short on me. They are Russian points. They are beautiful. They are in mint condition. I have a little point shoe bag to go with them right here. Ta-da! From the dance store, which is wonderful, by the way. But they are a, what's the word? Now the name, I have all the information actually, but it's an EV37 width 4 Vamp 2 hard. If you can see that. But anyways, if you're interested, I can send you the full description, and I can post it. I'll post it on Instagram again. It's in my Instagram feed actually, which if you go to Ballerina Badass and follow me there, you can see more information about the shoes, and I'd be happy to send them to you. They retailed for $90 to $100, so I'm trying to sell them for $70, but I will take the best offer. So if you make a good offer, I will send them your way. I do PayPal. But that's my little spiel. It's so funny. Periscope, we're hovering at like 3 watchers. How exciting. Again, because I think they're hoping that there's going to be like some kind of like, maybe like naked girls dancing in point shoes or something. I think not. Although I am a fan of a famous burlesque dancer whose name, oh my god, when you're sewing point shoes, the things that escape your brain. Dita Von Teese. I saw her live. I swear, most beautiful woman in real life I think I've ever seen. Her skin literally is like alabaster. I don't know how she does it, but she is exquisite. She makes it not trashy. I don't know how she does that, but she makes burlesque like classy. I'm like, oh my god, how does she do that? It's still sexy, but it's also classy. And sometimes these things get annoying. But there we go. I have to keep unraveling the thread because it gets all twisted up from the sewing. So now we go up. Here we go. Through. Oh, here we go. Any of you guys do anything fun for 4th of July? My fun's going to be sleeping in. And some kind of block party and some kind of, I don't know. I think I'm going to make brownies. No, not those kind of brownies. And key lime pie, because oh my god, I love a good key lime pie. It's great to be a ballerina who loves to bake and eat baked goods. Can I just say, let's add that to the list of things that I love to eat. Oh my lord. My grandmother's brownies are the best thing on the planet. But maybe everyone says that about their grandma's brownies. I don't know. That sounds so naughty. Wait, get that down. Okay, okay. Ta-ta. You are being annoying. There we go. Stitching, bitch. Okay, so once I get to the end, now along the bottom, as I'm darning this, it gets a little bit tricky because it just depends on where you like to step or stand on your shoe. For me, I like a nice flat, goodbye, I like a nice flat platform to perform on. So it also, funny enough, the stitching helps make it a little less slick on the bottom. I sort of have something for my toes to grip onto when I step onto releve. So I put it just along the edge. That's my personal preference. You know, and if you have to, you can use a pencil or a pen to sort of make a little mark of where you're going to stitch, but I've gotten to the point where I don't need to do that. There we go. And I've noticed that if I pull the thread just to here to the length of my arm and then double it up, it seems to go all the way across. So 1 minute? Oh, I don't know what 1 minute means. I don't know what you mean over there by 1 minute. Whatever. One of your Instagram pics, you are using a stretch band. What brand is it? Ah, the stretch band. Excellent question. Okay. Here, I happen to have it with me. Here's my stretch band. And a friend of mine went over to Russia to get this for me. And this one is by Shellacking, as you can see here. Shellacking. I'll show you guys there. Shellacking. Now, it's pretty good. I love it. It's great for the stretch in second position. I've noticed when I wrap it though around my shoulder, it tends to cut off circulation, and I'm kind of interested in that new flexi stretcher. Have you guys seen that advertised online? They have an Instagram account as well, and it looks like it has this nice soft pad to put around your shoulder, and then another part that really fits around your foot well for the extension stretching. So I'm really interested in trying out the flexi stretcher. I just haven't put the money down. I haven't saved the money to get it yet. But ooh, would I like to try that out? Has anyone here tried the flexi stretcher? Anyone have thoughts on it? I'm curious to know. Also, I did which brings me to another point. I did a review on the Pointe Perfect foot stretcher by Dream du Fel, which is a lovely company. And then somebody commented on the video, and guess who it was? It was the Nemesis. The foot stretcher, which is that beautiful wooden piece of art that you see with the rubber around the toe, and it's like goes like this, and it's this wood thing, and it's super expensive. It's like over $100. They posted a comment, and they were like, "Here's why our brand is better, and that's not ergonomically safe." And so, thank you for not accepting. What they say? Thank you for not accepting imitations. And so I left their comment up because I feel that people should see it and make their own choices about what they want to purchase. And I just said, hey, I'd love to review your foot thing too. If you want to send me one, I'll review it. But, for me, the foot stretcher I wasn't able to stretch my foot as far as I wanted to. It's really expensive. It's really heavy and unwieldy. I can't just take it around with me places. So I said that in my video, and they were not pleased about that, I guess. So, oh well. But, again, it's sort of that thing of, back in my day, we didn't have any of these tools. We just put our feet under pianos and squashed them down, or did it for each other by hand. That's how we stretched our feet, and somehow they were really pointy. So we managed to get by without spending all that money. Anyways, that's my thought on it. Oh my gosh, I'm almost done. Yeah, I looked into that one too. Yeah. So you know what I mean, Jessica Elizabeth. This is going to be really close. I may not have quite done enough. Oh no. Let's see if we make it across the bottom of the shoe. This is getting messy at the bottom. I'm just going to own that right now. I think because I'm talking and stitching. How dare she? There we go. Yes. Better. Ooh, I think the oven is ready. So when you're wanting to harden your point shoes, like I'm talking about, the way I do it with shellac, I was saying earlier, I like to preheat my oven to 400, and I leave it on for, 20 minutes to half an hour so it gets really hot. And then the key is you turn the oven off, and you put the point shoes in directly after, so that as the oven cools, the shoes are baking. Now, other people might put their shoes in at 200 degrees. I just don't like leaving my shoes in an oven for too long that's turned on, I just don't think that's safe. Oh my gosh, lo and behold, I don't think I'm going to make it all the way across the shoe. I think I didn't put quite enough thread. Okay, I didn't. So, hello, what time is it there? Oh my gosh, it is, what is it, 8 something? Honey, do you know what time it is?
Oh. This is the microwave.
Oh. Guess he doesn't want to tell me.
Well, I have to turn off my phone.
It's 8. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock here. 8 p.m. Okay, so We're going to make lemonade. I'm going to tie a little knot. Notice I left enough room here before it got too late to tie said knot. Hello, thank you for joining. Let's see, and once we tie a little knot, we're in the midst of darning. It's so much fun. All this that goes into this, nobody seems to know that it's not like toe shoes come pre-sewn. All the dancers, including the professionals, I mean, maybe Svetlana Zakharova has somebody who sews her shoes for her, but I don't know. I'd be curious to know. But we all have to sew our own shoes. We also do a lot of our own makeup and our own hair. It's like all the glamour on stage and none of it backstage. Well, that does give us a sense of autonomy, I suppose. I think the absolute prima ballerinas do have assistants who do their makeup and hair for them. Lucky them. You know what? That's true. I worked with Astra Dance Theater, which is a really lovely company out here in Los Angeles, and they do more contemporary and folk dance and some ballet. But they would bring in professional makeup artists and hair artists to do my makeup and hair for me, which is really fabulous. They're great. So, FYI. Was there a question? Oh, I missed it. I wish there was a way for like, I think. Ooh, it is 11 where I am. Oh my god, 11 p.m. Seriously? Yep. Luckily, tomorrow's a holiday. Yay! That's just why I did this today, because I thought, I would will be on holiday. So, la la la. Hi, Jojo. Jojo, you want to say hi? Does Jojo want to say hi? Ooh, I got your tail. I got your tail. Ooh. Here is that Jojo. Whoa, Jojo. Jojo has a Vine that has already gotten thousands of views because everyone likes to watch their little kid. Little good boy. This little boy is 15 years old and he still plays with toys and runs and jumps and meows and talks and he acts like a little kitten. Yes, you do. Wisha. Yeah, good boy. Hi. Want to jump up? And jump up around it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. There you go. There's the Jojo. Where are you going to go? Huh? What you going to do? Hi, Kiki. Cat moment. Whoop. Ah. Oh, eat. Ah. Uh-oh. I think he just turned off my live stream. He did. He just turned off my live stream.
Who did?
Jojo. How do I go back? Oh, wait. Nope.
He did or he didn't?
He did.
You had to do a cat moment, huh?
I had to do a cat moment. I love my kitty.
Maybe.
I really didn't think he was going to do that. Hold on. You can see how mad I've made my husband. Want me to go back
Where's
to
your
the
dashboard? Where's your dashboard?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Go here. And then you go.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. We've got to find the dashboard for you. You've got to go to Video Manager. So Video Manager's there. And it'll say, there you go, live streaming. Isn't this so much fun? There you go. Are we good?
Yep. I don't know if it's a new stream or if they're considering the old stream.
Nope, it looks like the old one because everyone's there. Oh, that's good. Yep, and people are still watching.
Good.
Yay! Ah. It's alright. It's like, you know, I have lost thousands of viewers here. No. Okay. Oh my god, finished the darning. Darning. So maybe don't put cats into your live stream part of the video, because kitty cats. Kitty cats are something else. Ugh. Okay. Ow. Let me finish this up. Okay. Something I'll do to kind of make sure that the knots stay in place for my darning is I will use just a little bit of crazy glue right on the knot. And I have to be careful though, because sometimes if the knot is somewhere where your point is going to be on the floor, it can make it slick. So you have to be careful about that. Constant process. Oh, there we go. Yay. Hey, Brew Brew. Hey, Kiki. Don't worry, I won't bring any more kitties up here to ruin the live stream. Naughty kitties. Sexy. Okay, so after I finish darning, I'm going to pause and I'm going to do a little bit of the bake the shoe thing for you guys to see, okay? So you all will get a hint of what that is like. Now you know why this is a 3-hour-long show, because it takes that long to do one gosh darn set of shoes! Ridiculous! Thank you all for being here today and watching the first Pointe shoe party. First and last? No, I don't think so. I'm doing it again. And there we go. This is something I keep thinking about, and I'm still pondering it. I'm curious to know what you guys think. I want to create a television comedy dance show. Like I Love Lucy meets Singing in the Rain meets Frasier. I don't know. Something like that. I know all that stuff is old school, but I love slapstick comedy. I also love intelligent humor, and I love dance, of course. I'd love there to be like really brilliant real dancing in it, but then at the same time, oh my god, like what if it was like behind the scenes of Dancing with the Stars, but you wouldn't have, I couldn't call it Dancing with the Stars because A, that's their franchise, and B, it wouldn't be their show, but you know, like Strictly Ballroom, but yeah, like the movie Strictly Ballroom, but it's a TV show. I love that movie Strictly Ballroom. I love how campy it is, but then it's also got a lot of heart, and the dancing is beautiful. It has all the elements for me. So many of these shows, it's like either they're really funny, but the dancing sucks, or the dancing's incredible, but then it's too serious. Oh my god, Flesh and Bone. The drama. Ugh, way too much drama. You know? But that's just my opinion. But I would love to see it. A movie like that. Okay, so I'm trimming this now. Oh, incredible. Let's put our needle in a little star pad for now to keep it safe and not pointing into my fingers. And here's the finished product. Da, 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 da. You can see the thread all the way around the shoe, like so. And then I'm going to take my crazy glue and just dab a little, just a little bit. Don't do that. Get off of there. Sticky glue. Get out of there. Right onto the knots. It's not come unraveled. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. For any of you who have stuck around this long, I'm impressed because I know how boring this can be just by myself. So I thank you all for hanging in there, whoever has hung in. All right, so I'm going to let him dry right there. Now, for my Pointe shoes that I will be baking, dun, 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 which, by the way, I don't leave them on a baking sheet. I actually like to put them directly on the grill of the oven, but you do want to make sure that your oven grill is clean. So, but the reason I put it directly on the grill in the oven is that the heat can come from underneath and from on top. So I'll take each shoe and first of all, just trim any excess old cloth that's sort of coming unraveled. And then I will turn the shoe inside out so that it's a little more open for the spraying and baking. And we will wrap the ribbons up. This reminds me of that speech I gave in 5th grade about how to make sticky buns. How to make shellacked Pointe shoes. which, on a side note, I sometimes will use this this kind of elastic on my Pointe shoes. I got the idea from Nina Ananiashvili. God, do I ever say that right? In this really great book on Pointe shoes and how to sew them and stuff, which I need to get a copy for you guys and show you. But I went to the fabric store at Joann's and I bought this stretchy fabric, and then I cut it into little squares about like that, and then I will sew it on the shoe, and it actually creates for a more form-fitting thing, because when I use elastics, I still get these bunchy spots where the fabric kind of buckles out from my feet when I point them, and I don't like it. So just an FYI, I will be sewing some of these fabric pieces onto the new shoes tonight. But first, let's get the rest of these set up for baking. I have my oven at 400 degrees. I'll turn it off shortly. Wrap up the ribbons. Also, another thing, apparently there are ribbons out there that are elasticized, which everyone seems to know about but me, because I'm just old school, behind the time, burr, burr, burr. I don't know if I'd like it or not. Some people swear by the elastic ribbons, some people don't. All I know is I saved mine, I washed them, I ironed them, and I keep on using them because they are very reusable. The elastics are too, to a point, but to a point, but more so the ribbons. So I'm going to fold these all back. I like this. YouTube says, "Welcome back, Ballerina Badass." Oh, thank you. You noticed that my cat stepped on the one button that would turn the whole streaming thing off? That's nice. There should be little anti-cat buttons. By the way, I think there's a whole YouTube community of YouTube people who have cats in their videos just as companions, not even necessarily featuring the cat, but just the cat's hanging out. I was watching one today. This guy was talking about some kind of program and how to use it, and his cat was just sitting there in his box all curled up and happy, and then the camera would cut away and it cut back, and the cat would be sitting there staring at you, at the audience. It was hilarious. It immediately made the guy much more likable, and I thought, he could be a serial killer, and the fact that he has a cat here on his desk makes him so much more likable. I'm just saying. Ooh. This says, elastic ribbons are good for when you have Achilles tendon pain. The people from Ballerinas by Night uses them. Oh my god, I know Ballerinas by Night. Don't you love their channel? Those girls are so cool. Doing their thing, man. I love it. I think it takes a lot of guts to keep doing ballet, even if it means, you know, even if you're not in a company, even if you are older or you've never done it before, or you're you want to do it but still maintain another day job. And those ladies are super awesome. FYI, I think they're fantastic. Simply Nail Logical. She has a nail polish named after her cat. Are you serious? That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so check it out. I have all the toe shoes prepped. I have my shellac spray. Now, as I said, it's very dangerous to spray this inside, so we're not going to do that because I don't want to kill my kitties. So first things first, I'm going to put my fantastic black booties back on. I love. Clinton Kyles gave me these. He is a fantastic dancer. Check him out on Instagram, Dance with CK. And anyways, I'll put that in the link bio or something later. Blah, blah. I'm more excited about the toe shoes right now. Toe shoes! Okay, so open the door. You'll hear what's happening out there, but I'll show the Periscope people. The Periscope people will get to see. Maybe I can turn this too. Let's see if I can shift it a bit. There we go. Okay, let's see. The cat condo that I found earlier today. I was like, cat condo, all right. I have no idea where the heck we're going to put this thing, but I had to bring it home and try it out and see if the cats like it. So we're taking our shellac. Here's the Pointe shoe. Hopefully the wind won't blow it right back in. But I'm going to spray it on the inside of the shoe, so right into the box. Just enough to coat it. Oh my god, that smells so good. If you like the smell of gasoline, you will love the smell of shellac. Which means don't breathe it in, because it's probably not good for you. Probably, definitely. Okay, next shoe. Just enough to coat it. You don't need to like have a puddle down there. But just enough to really coat the inside here. There we go. Whew, that is powerful. Okay, number 4. I've got 3 pairs of shoes I'm shellacking here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, so got that all done. Now you take the shoes and put them in the oven. So I will carefully turn the computer around and everything for you all to see. Close that back up. Hopefully no kitties come outside. They did not. Yay! All right, so turn this around so you all can see the oven area. Hang tight, YouTubers. I'll unplug this for just a second. Turn you around so you can see. Kiki, be nice. Okay, can you guys see what's happening here? So we're going to put the pointe shoes into the oven and bake at 400 degrees. Although now that you see it's at 400 degrees, I'm now turning the oven off, people. Safety first. Now, I've got my little grills down there. Okay. So I'm going to now put the pointe shoes in one at a time, very carefully. Wait, don't want their ribbons to fall down. That would really suck. Don't do that. Stay there. Okay. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Okay. Go. And I'll show you all. You can see down there the pointe shoes, all in the oven, ready to go. Ta-da! Close that puppy up. Because I've turned the oven off, I feel safe with that. Let me turn you guys back around. Get all the ribbons out of the way. Okay. Where's your power plug? There, okay. So, now we have some nice used shoe baking. Alright. Hi. Make sure I've got this. Does anyone have any questions so far about the pointe shoe baking, making them last, etc.? And then, oh, we have someone here who says, her cat, oh, it is called Menchie the Cat. That is the name of a nail polish that someone has created from Simply Nailogical. If you don't know who Simply Nailogical is, you should check them out because apparently they have a fabulous cat polish named after their cat. My name is Georgia Reed. You are watching Ballerina Badass, and we are sewing pointe shoes and prepping them and answering any questions you've ever had about pointe shoes. I did finally finish in the first hour darning one of the new pointe shoes. And now I've let the, the glue has dried on the knots, so that's good. They won't fray. So now, I am moving on to sewing the elastic and ribbons. Now I've got one pair of really nice, clean, new ribbons. Love. And I do love a nice new pair of clean ribbons, so I'm going to prep them. I do want to go to Discount Dance Supply and get that wholesale bulk roll of ribbon that apparently will last you for years. It's like $100, but oh my god, it's so much ribbon. And it's way cheap. So FYI, if you go to Discount Dance, and I think you have to look in the bulk, or like type in search bulk, it'll take you to that. But here I have my ribbons. Oh, they're so beautiful. Now what's nice about these, I think these are Grishko again, they've been pre-cut and finished on the ends, although this one's a little frayed, so I can fix him. I always have a lighter on me, not because I smoke cigarettes. If I'm in an extremely stressful moment, I will admit, yes, there will be some point you might catch me going, I want a puff. I can't even get through a whole cigarette. It just hurts too much and it tastes so nasty. But sometimes it's just that I'm going to be bad. But in general, I say don't smoke. It's a horrible habit. But I do have the lighter on me for this, to make sure that the ends of the ribbons do not fray. That one's good. And that one's pretty good. Yep, that one's good. This one's not. This one needs to be finished. There we go. And then let's see this side. This one's good. And this one needs some. And that one's good. So every other one. Interesting. All right. I like to do ribbons first and then elastics. So this is my right foot. I'm going to just make sure I like where I'm going to put the ribbon. So I will take my black booty back off, and let's make sure you can see this as I'm doing it. Okay. So foot, shoe. I do not put anything in my shoes. I do put some tape on my toes to protect them from blistering, but I do not like to put any kind of padding or anything in there, and it's good for me. It helps me feel the floor better, but to each their own. But then I check where my foot is pointing, and I did pre-cut the arch just a little bit, not all the way through the shank, but that way I have a better idea of where the point's going to go, and then I want my ribbon to pull up right at that point of the arch. So that's where I'm going to put my ribbon. All right. Sometimes I'll make a mark with a pen to make sure I remember, but I'm okay on this one. So I use wax dental floss. I love wax dental floss. I live for wax dental floss because it goes through the shoe so much more quickly, and if you have to do a quick fix, it's so much faster to pull out of the shoe. So easy to go through the shoe, easy to pull out of the shoe. I should tell my friend Kyla at class about that, because she had just gotten a pair of shoes she said she was having trouble with getting thread to go through. I like to sew my ribbons just on the outside. Some people sew it in. That is entirely up to you and your personal preference. There we go. And I fold the end under just a little bit, like so. You all can see that. Everyone watching. And then I only have the thread single. Sometimes people like to double the thread, but single's good for me. This is a pretty small pointy needle. It does the job. And just go in and out. In and out, easy peasy. In and out burgers, we love those. So much fun. There's a young man at the studio, and he's working in Pointe shoes to help build his foot strength and to have a better understanding of how to partner women too. And plus, Pointe shoes are just fun and badass. And he asked for my help in sewing them, for sewing his first pair of shoes. It was so awesome. Plus, I loved it because he also speaks some Spanish, so I was able to work on my Spanish with him while we sewed Pointe shoes together, so I love that. Any opportunity to work on the Spanish is a good one. Next thing I want to learn is French. I'm working on it. Oh my god, though. Not enough hours in a day, right? Ridiculous. Hey, does anybody here watch the YouTube channel for Katya Caballero, I forget her last name, and Trixie Mattel, the drag queens? It's called It's hilarious. It is hilarious. If you like good, random, hilarious humor, I would say check it out, because they crack me up. Crack me up. I went to DragCon for the second year in a row, and I got to see them perform live. Katya is my favorite drag queen, I think, of all time. Of all time? Well, of this time? I love Bob the drag queen. I totally want to do a thing. Oh, what does that say? Sup? Someone's saying hello. I have no idea who it is. Someone on my phone. Close. There we go. Hi. I don't know who's saying sup. I want to do a video, because Bob the drag queen did that whole awesome music video, Walk into the Club, Purse First, Purse First, Purse First, Walk into the Club, Purse First. And I want to do Walk into the Stage, Point First, Point First, Point First, walk into the stage point first, or step onto the stage point first. It's totally dorky, and I don't care. I want to do it. We'll make it happen. And I want to send it to Bob and say, this is a tribute to you, goddess. Anyways, I think she's awesome. So I am continuing to sew the ribbons with my waxed dental floss. It is white in color. I like that because then you can't see it, you know, from stage. Although I do have pink darning thread here, so what does that tell you? Georgia, there's a problem there. Too bad. Okay, once I'm done with this, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Oh, I can smell the tertius baking. The smell of warm shellac. Filling the air. No, it's not that bad. I'm about ready to have Bob's Burgers on in the background, honey. LOL. Hi, LOL. I hate that about Periscope where it's like for the YouTube streaming, like I see the message there and I can catch it and go, aha, there's the message. With Periscope, it's like it comes and goes so fast. I'm like, if you asked me a question right there, I hope you'll ask it again because I missed it because I'm staring at my shoes, sewing them. It's kind of annoying. I think for my next live stream, maybe I will just do, no, I like doing both, whatever. Too bad. If you want to ask me a question to really get answered, then go over to YouTube. So deal with that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Okay. Oh my god. 5 hours later. And hey Tommy, how are you doing, honey?
Not bad.
Yeah?
I'm about feeding kitties.
Oh, look out. Well, I gotta give Kiki her pill. Dun dun. I guess she'll get in the morning. Because I'm in Pointe. Alright, trimity trim. So now I will show you guys up close what the finished product looks like. That's the outside. That's the inside. And for y'all on YouTube, here's the inside. There's the outside. So, one ribbon down. These ribbons seem really long. Oh my lord. One to go. Oh, Kiki. What could it be? Oh, in case y'all are wondering why there's rubber cement here on the table, it is because it is a great way to make your shoes not slippery. If you have to perform on a wooden floor, or if you're performing on marley, which of course you can't use rosin on the marley floors, it ruins the marley. This tip actually comes from David Howard. And if you don't know who David Howard is, look him up. A really great ballet teacher. I got to train with him in St. Louis. Lovely, lovely. And he will put on 3 coats of rubber cement on the bottom of the shoe, right along here, and it actually makes a nice, not too sticky, but just strong, non-slippery base for you to dance on, if that makes any sense. So I've tried it, and it works. If you put it too much up on the sides, it actually gathers dirt, and then you get dirt all up the side of your shoe, so I don't recommend that. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I mean, when I did Nutcracker last year in Corona, that floor was a death floor. It's a death floor. I loved performing in Corona. I adore the people there, but that floor was just evil. It had been painted. It wasn't even a proper marley floor, and it was so slippery. It was scary. So I put a whole ton of rubber cement on my shoes. And you'd say, well, then why didn't you just use the rosin? Rosin did not work on that floor. I don't know why, but it was awful. Plus, it was freezing cold, so my feet were like numb. By the time I got partway through the pot of dough, it was ridiculous. I'm sure all ballerinas have horror tales about their sugar plum fairies. Or just nutcracker in general. Thanks for doing that, babe. You are so hardworking. Oh, please. Thank you. Sometimes I don't feel like it. Man, sometimes all I want to do is sleep. Sleepy, sleep, sleep. Go to the beach and just stare at the ocean. But instead, it's like I was talking to Tommy about, we were like, what do you want to do tomorrow for 4th of July? And we kind of looked at each other and I was like, I kind of just want to work on my YouTube channel and then, you know, give myself a workout and really like to take a class. And it's like, no, we need to relax and enjoy a day off. And it is important to really enjoy your days off so that you're ready to go back into the work week refreshed and revitalized. But then again, sometimes, you know, when you're in a working ballet company and you're having to do how many performances straight through, I can remember you just get tired and you have to have that stamina, you know, built up for those times when you do not get a break. Oh, anyways, I'm sure if there are any Russian ballerinas out there watching this, they'd be like, you think that's hard working? Really, while I'm doing this, I should be in a full split stretch while I'm sewing. That would be some real dedication. And honestly, actually, I normally do try to stretch while I'm sewing. It's kind of fun. Because you're in a zen place, and then, you know, you can relax into the stretch while you're working on the points. So, but I wanted to make sure you all could really see this today. I have to put all this stuff up on the table for you all to see. Oh, Kiki. Kiki's enjoying her dinner. Okay, almost done with ribbon number 2. Yeah. Beautiful. I try not to sew through the drawstrings. Oh, hello, hello! So that I can still tighten them if I need to later. Let's just finish this guy up. Oh my gosh, my posture. Alright. Why does that say peel? What does peel mean? What do you want to peel? Show dance? No! I'm not showing dance right now. I'm showing pointe shoes. Now, if you want to see dance, go to my YouTube channel and you can watch some of my videos there, alright? Or just go online and click in dance and go watch some dancing, alright? But I'm sewing. There's another time for dancing. So now both ribbons are finished. Oh, you know, this is a show for really nerdy people who really like to watch or help learn pointe shoe sewing. Oh my god, am I rambling? So you're tired. No, I am focused, actually, on pointe shoe sewing. Okay, so that's done. Let's get some fresh waxed thread. Ooh, I wish I spoke that language, whatever you put in there. Movie Boy joined! Yay! Hey, Movie Boy, maybe you can moderate while I keep sewing, because I can't keep track of the comments. It's terrible. Okay. I shouldn't say that. He's busy with his own channel, so. The man is alive, people. All right, now, I'm using this. You wish. Oh, and then someone had the F word. Oh, thanks so much for including the F word. This is not Jenna Marbles, all right? So I try to bleep those out. As much as I do love to swear on my own, I don't put it on video because if my mama were alive and watching, she would not be pleased. And if my dad was watching, he would definitely not be pleased. Oh my god, just the fact that my channel is called Ballerina Badass, my mom was not thrilled about that. And oh well, too bad, Mom. I'm keeping the name. So, this part's annoying because even though I like how this elastic fits and makes my foot look gorgeous, it is a real pain in the ass. I'll say the word ass, thank you. to sew onto the shoe. So I have to hold it in place with a couple of safety pins. Do I have safety pins? Well, of course not. So we'll use pins. Pinny pins. Let's see. Maybe this does. Yes! Here are the safety pins for just such an occasion. So I'm going to look at one of my... Oh, they're in the oven. Curses! Con! Let's see if maybe if I put it right about here. I think that'll do. You want to be mindful of making it so that it's tight enough that it'll keep the shoe on, but there's enough of a hole there for your foot to get in the shoe with this kind of elastic. I'll show you in a second. I think that'll do it. I'll put this here. There we go. That. Now, let's try it on. I'll turn this way again. Hi. Okay, put this over there. And you there. All right, so come here, foot. That's my foot. Put the shoe back on. There we go. Now, let's see if I tuck that elastic in there. What I'm trying to see is if the elastic will go all the way around the foot. So let's see. Got it. Safety pin over there. Come all the way around. Yep, that's going to be perfect. Just perfect. Okay, so I will sew it that tight over there. And I'm going to make a line for it too. Like that. And I want it to only go as far as that. Okay, so I take my pen. I'm going to mark where it hits the shoe. Okay, so we'll try that. All right, so I've just sort of safety pinned a little piece in place to kind of hold it while I sew it. And it worked just beautiful. Fireworks! The fireworks are happening! Anyone out there with animals, please put your animals somewhere safe, especially the dogs, indoors where the fireworks won't freak them out. Apparently a lot of animals get lost at this time of year, especially on this holiday, because of the fireworks. They get scared to death and they run away, and they do not come back, and you cannot find them. Or they get traumatized, or, you know, they poop it up in the house because they're freaking out. These are all things you do not want to have happen. You do not want to have happen to your precious, precious pooch. So, or cat. So, please keep them indoors, keep them snuggled somewhere safe and quiet, or if you can't, at least kind of hang out with them and be like, hey, it's okay, man, it's just fireworks, no big deal. And the dog will be like, oh, my human's not freaking out. Maybe I don't need to freak out. Maybe. Hello. New people joining. Absolutely adore my cats. It's ridiculous. I don't care what people think. That's not true. Do you not care what people think? Doesn't everybody care what people think? The grammar is going out the window. Maybe I am tired. Oh, Lord. I think I'm just focused on the shoes. Because I want to get them done. Because, oh my gosh. I don't know if there's other dancers out there who feel this way, but when I'm sewing my shoes, there just comes this moment where I'm like, I'm done. I'm so done. And there's still like another hour worth of sewing to do, and it's like, the never-ending point, shoe, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Also, we need to trim this. Because I do not want the elastic to go past the ribbon. Let's just have it go to halfway. Yeah. That works. Yay! There we go. Trimmed, a little less to sew. I like that. Okay. Oh, there's 3 people still watching on YouTube. Hey, you guys, how are you all hanging in? I hope you're doing something fun and interesting while you're watching this. Or maybe it's just keeping you company while you fall off to sleep. A nice snoozy sleep. Or maybe you're doing dishes, because I have dishes to do after this. Oh, dishes. I know, right? I always say, when I get a dishwasher and a washer-dryer machine back into my life, I know I will have officially arrived. And then I think about people in war-torn countries, people without homes, people who survive all kinds of horrible atrocities. What's going on in Orlando? I'm thinking, who gives a flying you-know-what about a bloody dishwasher? I am grateful to be alive. I have a family that loves me and who I love, oh my God, dearly, beyond anything else in the world. And that's pretty dang good. Plus all my arms and everything. Please go to sleep now. You go to sleep. I got point shoes to sew. It's amazing how much we have to be grateful for, you know? And I think that does make a big difference in how things happen for us in life, you know? I say put gratitude in your attitude, it's true. And I'll forget sometimes. Forget a lot of times. I'll get upset about something, and then I'll realize, wait a minute, I need to do a gratitude list. There we go. So, just so you guys get an idea of how it's going, I'm stitching this here along the side of the shoe, but it's not going through the drawstring. Can you all see that there? So I'm stitching it along here. I'm not going through the drawstring. It's going to make a nice smooth fit on the foot, and I like that better. Now, I have all kinds of extra ribbons, but I have all kinds of extra elastic here. I save all my elastics off my shoes because you never know when you might need more. And I don't like paying for that stuff, so sometimes I'll use elastic in a pinch, but I do love this new method with the stretchy cloth. Stretchy cloth! Okay, has anybody seen the musical Hamilton yet? I'm just curious. So apparently that's a big brouhaha. Everyone is just saying it's the most amazing thing in the world, and I don't know, man. I mean, I've read articles about it. It looks like it is brilliant, but it also just looks like it's not my jam. I don't know. Is that evil? Of course, I'd probably go see it and be blown away and crying tears and regretful that I ever said anything less than that's the most amazing thing ever. I'm a Candor Neb fan myself. Love anything like Chicago or Cabaret or When the World Goes Round. The shows are beautiful. Oh no, I started off the path. Okay, I went off path here for the elastic. I did not follow my pen line. No. Okay, I gotta fix it. I can save it. Yay! There we go. Gotta make sure you stay on the pattern. There we go. Yes. I love when the thread comes out of the needle on its own and you're like, excuse me. Yes. All right. Almost done with this side. Excelente. It's like once you finish the darning, everything else goes a lot faster. I don't know if I'd reuse this fabric. That's something I've not yet played with. Because once you've sewed through it so much, I don't know if it'll be so strong, but I have so much of it sitting over there in my bin. Maybe I don't feel like I have to reuse it, you know? I like your video on hip flexibility. The butterfly stretch is always hard for me too. Oh my god, right? It's so interesting. Someone mentioned on my video I talk about working on my hip flexibility. And I have another one I'm going to put up tomorrow for 4th of July where it shows the progress I've made. And I have made progress. And when I get really warmed up and I really relax into it, it will go flat to the ground. But then, you know, an hour later, it's right back up where it used to be. So my hips are just naturally more narrow and tighter. I can jump really high. It's interesting. I've noticed that girls with wider hips and more natural flexibility don't jump as high. And I can jump like a dude. I mean, it's awesome. And I wouldn't trade that for anything because I love to jump. But someone on my video said something really cool. They said, yeah, I really think about my hips not tucking but really being open so that they can spread more. I thought, yeah, that's a great point. You know, they talk about it in this book, Conditioning for Dance, about thinking about your pelvic floor like a fan that's opening. You know what I mean? It's spreading out, which might sound a little funky, but it makes sense in the book. I'll tell you what, it's so good. I know I've mentioned that book way too many times, and Eric Franklin, if you're out there somewhere watching, thank you. All I have to say is thank you, because your book has helped me so much. I'm a very visual person. I love imagery in dance. It helps me a lot. So that book deals a lot with imagery, and it's made all the difference. But Jessica, I'm glad you liked the video. I hope it helps in some way. If only to let you know you are not alone. Now I'm just sewing right through the ribbon here as well because the elastic is going behind the ribbon, if you can see that. So that's no big deal. It'll make everything a little bit stronger. Okay. Now once I finish this side, I'm going to retest again. You know, it's kind of that rule of measure twice, cut once. You also want that, I think, for measure twice, sew once. I've had times where I've sewn a shoe completely and then I had to pull all the stitches out and re-sew it again, but I wasn't really paying attention, so I had to pull them all out again and re-stitch them because I wasn't carefully checking as I went along to see if the fit was just right for my foot, you know? And that is important. Gotta keep checking it. I'm also careful about my knots. Don't make the knots too thick, otherwise they will rub on your skin and create blisters that suck. I do not like that. Okay, so got one side sewn, and then I've just safety pinned the other back of it so I can, again, slip my foot in and see where it's at. Is it a good fit? Let's find out. These elastics out of the way. The very last thing I do is cut the elastics. Bless you, honey. Carefully pull the shoe on. I need to make sure the elastic's tight enough that it will hold the shoe on while I'm dancing. So what I do also at the end is I will cover this white fabric with pancake that I use like for my face. I will cover it so that it matches my skin, so it looks really pretty. And it blends in with the tights. Okay, that can be just a little bit tighter over there. So I'll pull it down a little bit more. But the rest of it's pretty good. Okay. So just a little bit tighter here. And let's mark the rest. Bless you. Mark that. Okay. There we go. Did that work? Yes, it did. Alright, so let's go was. Farther. Bless you. Again, a sneeze attack.
Yeah.
Go to the shoe, please. There we go. I'll hold it. Now, let's do some more. Should I have music in the background? Elevator music. Ooh, I need to check really quick, guys. Hang on. Let's do this. Let's put this over here. Wait, guys, hold on. Is there a spot? I don't think so. I wanted to see if there's a way. Here, just a second. I'm just making a little thing to my Facebook friends. I wonder if there's a way to put. No, I don't think so. There it is. That's the one I want. Yes. Yay! That one. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I want this one. Should work. Yay! There we go. And we'll put it here. And then we'll put it, I know, right? It's like, oh my God, Georgia. You crazy lady. Oops. There we go. Okay, done. Alright, so let's finish the elastic on this shoe, and then this shoe will be freaking done. Oh, and with all the talking and everything, it only took 2 hours. No way! Crazy, right? Okay, so this is going to go here. Like that. I think that'll work. Yep. I don't know if you guys know, but the Getty Museum here in Los Angeles has a fantastic Periscope. I highly recommend that you follow them. They'll just have like random live events talking about different pieces of artwork in their collection, and I love it. I think it's really good. It was so cool today. One of my ballet friends was at the Norton Simon Museum looking at all of the beautiful Degas paintings and sculptures that they have there in Pasadena. I've been there. I love it. I've actually sat there and sketched out some of those sculptures, and it's just gorgeous. And the neat thing about both those museums, they have a lovely place to sit out in nature and have like a beautiful cafe lunch and just, I don't know, enjoy The beauty of the afternoon amongst fantastic art. I always feel so smart when I go to an art museum, but more than that, I feel inspired. I don't know, there's something really beautiful about those museums. Especially the Getty. I mean, the architecture itself, you feel like you are in this, I feel I'm in this magical space, you know? And the Getty Villa, oh, talk about if you want to picture what it might be like to live the high life. That was Mr. Getty's summer home, for crying out loud. Like, he was like the, what do you call it, the host, or the tour guide was saying that's where Mr. Getty would have his special friends, would be at the Getty Villa, like, just to visit. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I definitely want a big house someday. I do, like a really big one. And the reason being, I want to throw parties and events there and invite friends to stay from all over the world, you know? Throw fabulous dinner parties and get people together to share, you know, great evenings and afternoons and experiences together and talk about art or dance or showbiz or poetry or finance or whatever you want to talk about, you know? But get together, my like-minded people, or differently minded, but definitely friendly, nice people, and share my wealth with them. But not in a way where it's like just throw your money around pointlessly, but just share in my good fortune. You know? Make people feel comfortable. Make them a really good home-cooked meal. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Do fundraising events. Another thing I would love to do, by the way, talk about for Pointe Shoe Party. I would love to create a foundation that gives free pointe shoes to dancers in need. Like, to gift a dancer, you know, a year's supply of pointe shoes. And, you know, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine how that would work, but, you know, fund a dancer's pointe shoe career for you the way I've had donors support, you know, my dancing. I would love to give back and do that. And I don't know if the pointe shoe companies do that, but I wonder. And it'd be neat to create like a TJ Maxx for pointe shoes. And I know that Discount Dance will sell discounted shoes, but I'm thinking like, you know, if there's any leftover shoes from companies that they're not using, and maybe they don't sell them back to Discount Dance, but maybe they'd be willing to sell them at wholesale cost or at a fraction of the cost online via my pointe shoe TJ Maxx thing. And then dancers, you know, could have access to really good pointe shoes at a more affordable rate. But I mean, I don't mean to diss on the pointe shoe makers because I know they need to make money too, but, you know, just a thought. I'm hoping that there aren't toe shoes going to waste out there getting thrown away. I'm hoping that they are all getting used somewhere, somehow, by dancers, you know? Speaking of the Getty, this was a great idea. Well, I like this idea. Of course, the name for it doesn't work because, of course, people think Ren Fair, but I don't know if any of you have all seen the TV show Murder, She Wrote. It's old school. I love those old murder mystery shows. I used to watch Murder, She Wrote and then Hercule Poirot with my mom all the time on PBS. But I thought it'd be cool to create a murder mystery show called Renaissance Woman. Or Renaissance Man if the guy, but of course, you know, I want to be the lead in it because that's what I think about is what show would I want to be in if I could act in any television show I wanted. And of course, besides a good Die Hard remake with a woman in the lead, which would be awesome because Die Hard is awesome, or Lethal Weapon. The next thing would be, after of course my Lucille Ball / Singing in the Rain comedy dance series, the next thing would be Renaissance Woman. And Renaissance Woman would be about a woman who was a cop for years, or you know, she was a special investigator, and she handled all these crimes and everything. And then she retires, and her whole life she's been someone who had been interested in the arts and culture, and she reads lots of books, and she's always been constantly learning things. So she would, I don't know, be teaching herself all this stuff and languages and dance, and then when she retires, trouble finds her. You know, she can't go anywhere without running into another murder mystery crime, kind of like Nancy Drew. You know, Nancy Drew is always running into trouble, and so she. But each of these murder mysteries involves some kind of special talent that she happens to know. So, for instance, I don't know, if she's like at an opera and there's some kind of murder and she knows the history of opera and the history behind the opera theater, and that's what, you know, those clues of cultural significance lead her to the eventual solution to the crime, and she finds the murderer. I think it'd be neat. And I just screwed up the shoe. Yeah, we're almost finished, but not, because this happens sometimes, you guys. The thread goes the wrong way. So I wasn't paying attention and talking about my murder mystery idea. To pull it back out a little bit. And then I will knot that so that it does not fray. Or no, come undone. Here we go. Fixing. I pull you out. This happens, people, where you mess things up and you do not want it to just ruin the entire stitching. So sometimes if you happen to sew your shoe wrong, it gets caught somehow, don't panic. Try to create a knot, tie it off so that it won't get ruined, and then you can take the thread here. Let's see if I can bring this around. So I'm going to take the thread. Here's where I tied it off, where I made the mistake. I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to take these two pieces and tie them in a knot. If that makes sense. A little bit. So that then I can start sewing again. No. You go there and you go there. Yes. And knot. There we go. Slowly working. Since it's waxed dental floss, I'm going to have to knot it a few more times because it is slippery. This is where sometimes it works against you. There we go. Yep. And so now it's nice and tight. That knot won't come undone. And then I will trim off these little excess pieces that don't look pretty. There we go. And now we continue sewing. We are almost done. Almost done, almost done. Almost done, almost done. Oh my God. No, don't do it again. Oh, hello. Thank you for joining. There we go. How are my YouTube people doing? Y'all hanging in? I hope so. So, haha. God. Oh, the puns. Oh, the puns. She's almost finished. Ow. And poking her finger. Because it's always nice to have blood on your shoes. That really shows that you care. Alright, the final knot on the shoe. And then I can show you guys what the finished product looks like. That's good. Okay. Yes. And then the final thing will be, of course, those. So, coffee, 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 coffee. If you all don't know that reference, I weep for you. All right, here we go. The right foot, point shoe. And oh, I do like to trim the excess. There's excess fabric in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I will trim that out once I've confirmed that the fit is good on my sewing job. Oh gosh, I hope it's good. Let's see. Get the shoe on. Ah, yes. Yay, it's gonna be good. So let's tighten these a little bit. Not too tight, don't want to inflame my Achilles. There we go. And I'll trim them. I always like to leave a little bit in case I need to loosen them later. So you never know. And tuck them in. Tuckity tuck. Get in. There we go. Okay, so if you can see, that's a nice smooth fit on there. I like that. And I'll pull the ribbons across. Can you all see that too, I hope? There we go. Tie them. There we go. And I like to trim the ribbons as well, so there's not just this big lump of ribbons. Let's cut them to here. There we go. I'm going to burn the edges again. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. Let that cool for just a second. And we tuck it in. And there we have it. There, once I break them in a little bit, there you go. Ah, they feel good. Now, can you see? There's the shoe. Can you guys see it as well? Let me scroll up to make sure you guys are seeing this as well. It's so funny because there's a delay on YouTube, so it's like, wait for it a couple seconds. So there it is. One completed shoe with the darning, and we've broken it in a little bit. But as I work on them, they will mold to my foot even better. Not bad though, for the first part. I have to wait for it to catch up for you guys, sorry. But yeah, I feel good about that. Now what time is it? It's already 9:05. Alright, I'm going to just keep working on that second shoe and get this done. So I have at least one new pair set for next week. So there is the finished shoe. I will go ahead and, let's trim the fabric on this guy since he's so happy. There we go. That's good. Yeah. And over here. Nice. Okay. So there's the finished shoe. For you all to see. I love a new shoe. I really do. So pretty. Put that there. Alright. This is trash, trash, trash. Trashy trash. Here. Let's do this there. That's trash for sure. Alright. So, I'm going to just keep working on this other shoe, and if you all have questions for me or comments you need to share about your experience with pointe shoes, I am all ears. Hold on a second. Okay. The shoe number 2, Mr. Lefty. So go back to the darning. Hey Tommy, would you put on some Bob's Burgers? Cool. I'm putting on Bob's Burgers because I can. Alright. I always like to start the knot on the darning the farthest away from, like for my left foot. I tend to pronate a little bit. I don't want to lean on the knot, so I'll start the knot on this side of the shoe, if that makes any sense. On the opposite side of the shoe. It reminds me of a song my old friend Jeff Forte and, what was his friend's name? Jeff and something. They made a song called The Darker Edge of the Toe. I loved that song. It was so random, it's so good. The darker edge of the toe. They were talking about the things that we don't pay attention to, I think. So, Jeff Forte, if you are out there watching this, tell us the name of that song. The best was this song they did. Little by little, don't you know? Little by little, let's go to the show. Little by little, look at them grow. Little by little, it's good to know. It's good to know. Such a good song. I love singing with them.
Just so you know, if we're streaming and uploading at the same time, there might be something noticeable on your screen.
Oh, well then, okay, if you don't want to, if you think we should.
Just let me know if it looks like there's any issue.
Okay. Thank you, love. That's my hubby. These are nice box. Amazeballs. I want a Dave Matthews kick again. Just thought I'd share that with you guys. Dave Matthews was all the rage back in the day, and in high school I refused to like him because everyone else liked him, and at least I pretend that I hate and follow the crowd, but secretly inside I'm going, oh, I love Dave Matthews. So now that he's no longer like the only it thing out there, now of course I'm crazy about him. I started going crazy for him in my late teens, but I was a closet Matthews fanatic. But I saw him live a couple of years ago. He was amazing, and now I'm listening to him on Pandora like every day. Wow, so good. Favorite Dave Matthews song of all time? Number 41. Hands down. Do you hear that? Bob's Burgers. Okay, so Bob's Burgers is playing. Life is good. If you have questions, I want to hear them. Post them for me. So far, so good, Tommy. I got one shoe done. I love Bob's Burgers. So in case you've just joined, this is Ballerina Badass you're watching. My name is Georgia Reed, and I am darning my second shoe. And eventually, this shoe is going to look like this shoe. And you may go, why are you using hot pink darning thread? Oh no, these aren't going to go on stage. And so for me, I'm using this because I like it, and it's fun. Naughty me. I have white darning thread, I do, and I have pink, light pink. I just need the hot pink. It pleases me. It was interesting, earlier somebody was asking me about how to lose weight. Something that my brother and his ex-wife used to do that I like this theory too is from the guy who wrote 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss, I think. And it's that thing where 6 days a week you eat really healthy, only healthy. But then on the 7th day, and God said on the 7th day, eat whatever you want. Donuts, pancakes, burgers, anything. And the funny thing is that as my brother did it more and more, he noticed that by the time the 7th day came around, he was feeling so good eating the healthy food that he didn't really need the unhealthy food as much. And it actually hurt when he ate the unhealthy food because his body was loving the good stuff. So I thought that was interesting. Just FYI. Anyways, today I had a very unhealthy, awesome day. But delicious. I mean, not totally unhealthy. I had eggs and bacon for breakfast, and then I had a burger for dinner. It was delicious. But definitely I'm feeling the need for a vegetable fruit shake next. I love a good kale shake. Hello, thank you for joining. I'm just sitting here sewing my shoes. If you have any questions about pointe shoes or dance in general, especially ballet, lay it on me. We are working on darning the pointe shoe right now. It's so time consuming. I remember when I started darning shoes. God, that's funny. Who did I get the idea of darning shoes from, I wonder? It might have been that principal dancer at Cincinnati Ballet. Anna Resnick was a principal ballerina at Cincinnati Ballet with her husband, Alexei Kremnev. They were both principal dancers when I was there. They were so nice to me. She actually gave me one of her old pairs of pointe shoes, and they had been, sort of formed to her feet. So when I put them on, it made my feet look like hers. It was amazing. But now they have their own studio in Chicago. It's so cool. So I'm hoping I can get to Chicago and visit them. We connected on Facebook, and I just think they're an amazing power couple, Beautiful dancers, did beautiful work, and I think they're going to create a new generation of beautiful dancers, so, yeah. It's so hard to get the needle through on the front of the pointe shoe. Can you see? That's the hardest part, where it just does not want to go through the shoe. Ugh, it's like, bleh. How do you stay lengthened and tall while doing frappes? Jessica, I love you. Your questions are so good. Oh, well, gosh. It's definitely lifting up in your psoas and your obliques. Again, though, it does. It starts from the back of the head, lifting up through the back of the neck, and that's up and back. And then, while you're doing that, even though your neck is lifting, you don't let this go back. You keep this forward and engaged. So it's like, almost feel like you're zipping up, zipping your ribs closed, but not so much down, but just keeping them zipped closed. So up, zipped closed, so you make this really flat line. And then I lift up in here. This is where it's like, when I'm doing, here, I'll use this side. If I'm standing on this leg, and I've got this leg up in coupe, right? Like, da-da-da-da, do-do-do-do. Then you want to sink down, right, in frappes. But if you think of lifting up, I think of lifting up right here. Right like that. So that I almost feel like it's like scooping under. And I'm not tucking my pelvis, but this part in front is scooping under. While meanwhile, this part here in the piriformis and the sartorius is coming outward. And the piriformis is rotating like in a circular way around and down. It's like it's wrapping. Everything is wrapping in a spiral all the time. So this is wrapping up like that, like a spiral. And this is wrapping down into the ground and like strong into my foot that I'm keeping flat on the floor with all toes on the floor. And then my hips, which want to come up, my hips stay down. So that part I know makes you want to sink, but don't think of them sinking. Just think of them staying directly in line. But then again, this is lifting forward and up. This is lifting through here. And then the frappe literally goes whoosh through the floor, like it pushes down through the floor and lengthens out like that. And that's how I stay lengthened and lifted up. And I mean, it's fabulous. When it works to the point where you can almost rise out of your foot into a releve and continue frappeing. It's pretty cool. Does that make sense? Does that help? I hope. I hope so. There we go. Occasionally you have to make sure that your thread stays unraveled, doesn't get all twisted up while you're darning. Yay, I'm glad it helped. got you about that. Alright, oh my god, you guys. This is just like the forever thing. Did you ever eat at Olive Garden, Tommy?
Huh?
Did you ever eat at Olive Garden?
Yep.
I found it disappointing in my later years. I have to admit. Oh, that's right. You and I went with my dad, didn't we?
Yep.
Oh my god. That was smart. Ah, can't buy memories like that. There we go. Das is better. I don't think I'm going to finish this shoe before 10 o'clock when our stream ends. I'm just saying. Hold it. There we go. The hard part is getting this needle to go through. Bob's Brothers. This is so great. This takes a long time, in case you haven't noticed. Okay. I got some kind of comment on Instagram. Love that. A knot? Are you serious? How did that happen? Oh my god. new first. Not right there. Okay, so what we do for that is somehow the thread got knotted right here, so I can't pull any farther. So I'm going to have to cut it off and then start a new knot. But what I'll do is, because you don't want to have everything on thread, we'll cut it about here, and then I can, oh, I can't even pull that through. Oh, lame. This is just lame on all kinds of ends. Oh my god. I guess I'm just going to have to lose all this thread. Huh. Suck it. Oh well. It happens. So that's trash. But then I can knot this here. So that this will not, this won't, and thread. Alright, you know what, you guys? I know I said I would finish the shoe. I'm going to finish the sewing, but then we're getting close to the end of this live stream, my first Pointe Shoe Party live stream event, and I'm going to pull out my other pointe shoes from the oven that I showed you earlier. Pull this back here. And then I'm going to say, you know, if you have any more, oh, hi Dania Para, yes, I'm darning my pointe shoes. It's all kinds of fun. I'm on shoe number 2, and it always takes longer than I want it to, but I'm using Friendship bracelet thread and a rounded needle. I like that. Oh, what time do you broadcast? This one I set from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Eventually what I want to do is to do like a 1-hour broadcast, 1 to 2 hours at least once a month, and then eventually after that, when I get enough people interested in watching, I would like to do it weekly, you know, like every Sunday for an hour. George will answer your questions about ballet while I work on my shoes or my stretching or whatever, as an opportunity for us to get together as a dance community and share tips and tricks and sort of, I don't know, commiserate over what's going on in our lives as dancers. So this is my first live stream event, and I wanted to start it off with pointe shoe sewing because that is what I need to get done right now. I've got a lot of rehearsals coming up for several different shows, and I need multiple pointe shoes because for me they last longer when I switch them out, and they need to be in varying states of flexibility depending on the role. So, you know, I have parts that require a lot of fouette turns and pas de deux work, and I need harder shoes for that. And then I have other roles that are more contemporary, and they need a shoe that I can really just roll through and enjoy the flexibility of the shoe. It'll help the movement. What ballet do you go to? Oh, good question. So right now I am under contract with South Bay Ballet in South Bay, California. They do have a company, and I'm training with Diane Lauridsen, and she is incredible. I've been lucky to have some really talented key mentors in my life. My first was Alexandra Zaharias in St. Louis, Missouri. Also Mr. Marek Koleva, who has been a professor at Butler University, but he comes from Poland, and you know, he has pedagogical degrees, and he comes from the Ganova training, and he's been artistic director of various companies. He's brilliant. And then I worked with all kinds of incredible teachers and coaches in summer dance programs like Boston Ballet, Fort Wayne Ballet, Princeton Ballet, you know, Sub-Team Weber, Devin Carney, David Howard, Luigi. God, I've worked with so many amazing people. Of course, Rosanna Ruffo. And then, what else was I going to say? Oh, and then, of course, Kenneth Ludden back in 2014, who is the head of the Margot Fontaine Academy. He's the one who first got me back on the road towards a professional ballet career that I am working towards after taking 10 years off from a major foot injury. And does that answer the question? I think it does. Okay. Just keep the answer will ramble. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd like to do that. Actually, I really would like to do that once a week, every Sunday, like around, I don't know, yeah, from like 9 to 10 p.m. my time, because I got to get to bed at least an hour every Sunday. But from 9 to 10 p.m., just do an hour of a YouTube live stream and Periscope where I just sort of answer all your questions and catch you guys up on the week. And I do my vlog updates on both YouTube and then blog updates on my blog website. But I just think it's fun to get together as a community and chat. Chew the fat, so to speak. I'll either be sewing pointe shoes or I'll be stretching, or those are the two main things, I think. Also, if you don't know, Joy Womack's YouTube channel is great because she'll post a lot of videos of her in class, taking class, which is fabulous. I can't do that at my studio, but I have thought about doing a Periscope just by myself in the studio, working on choreography or giving myself class. So, something else I'm working on. And it's Bob's Burgers in the background, in case you're wondering. I love that cartoon. Oh, so funny, but so heartwarming. I would love to do voiceover. You know, wouldn't that be fun? I don't know. Oh, yes. Oh, good. I'm glad you would enjoy that. I would enjoy it too. And yeah, Joy Womack is the bomb. I think there are some really good role models here on YouTube for all of us as ballet dancers. It's very cool. The thing I like to bring to the world of ballet the most is entertainment and inspiration. I think that ballet can be totally beautiful and classy, but I think it can also be sexy and silly. And when I say that, I don't mean like get on the stripper pole. I just mean, you know, it's not just about being abnormally skinny and not having any kind of womanliness about you. I mean, I think Misty Copeland brings a lot of sensuality to ballet in a good way. And what's fascinating is that if you read any biographies on Fanny Elsler, that is a ballerina from way back in the day, and she was popular right around the same time Maria Taglioni was popular. But it's interesting, whereas Maria Taglioni was representative of the ethereal, good girl, all-in-white ballerina, Fanny Elsler was like the bad girl of ballet. She really was the ballerina badass, the original ballerina badass. And she was, you know, she did a lot of risque dancing, and, you know, she was known for her torrid affairs and things like that. And I forget why ballet ended up going in the direction of Maria Taglioni, but because it took that turn, it went into this much more prim and proper, only good girls do ballet, and, you know, if you do ballet, you're stuffed up and you don't have any kind of passion in your life. It's ridiculous. So I like to bring the dorkiness and the sexiness and the fun, but then also the respect and care for ballet, to ballet. So, ooh, what other companies have you thought of joining? Oh, ha, ha. Okay. So the dream company list, the dream company, at least from what I've seen, now let's be aware, you know, just because what I see doesn't mean what I've learned from being in companies is you need to go check them out, feel the vibe. Do you get along with the director? Do you get along with the core members and everything else, the company? But just from looks and everything, I would love to be with Royal Opera House. The Royal Opera Ballet in England would be a dream. Also, ABT, definitely. Not New York City Ballet, believe it or not. I just don't think I don't know. I've never wanted to be with New York City Ballet. Isn't that funny? That doesn't mean I wouldn't go and audition, though. It might be fun to just go and audition. I just have always felt like I'm not their type. But, or they're not my type, for that matter. Boston Ballet would be awesome. I would actually love to work with Kansas City Ballet again because Devin Carney is now the artistic director, and Christy Capps, who I used to dance with, she's the ballet mistress. It would be like a homecoming. It would be so cool to at least get to guest with them. Would be magical. Then I love the Scottish Ballet. I also love the Paris Opera House. I love the National Ballet in, oh God, am I saying it right? National Ballet in England. There's Stats Ballet Berlin. Is that the one that Iana Salenko is with? It's so great that I can't pronounce these words. That sounds so intelligent, doesn't it? I love Hubbard Street in Chicago. I don't know if I could honestly kick it with them because they have so much awesome modern work that's really tricky, and I think I'd need to take a lot more Horton before I went and tried to work with them. But who else? I haven't watched a lot of Joffrey Ballet in recent years. I'd be interested to know what they're up to. Who else? San Francisco Ballet. Oh my God. Would love to dance with that company. That would be ideal. I mean, they're here near Los Angeles. They do gorgeous work. They actually work with Royal Opera House, but I mean, they often, from what I've heard, they usually take from their school. They don't offer contracts very often. That would be another dream company. So, yes, I love Yana. There you go. Okay, nice. Wait, who's Yana? Josie Domo says she loves Yana. I feel like a dork. I should know who Yana is, and now I'm like, oh my God, it's 20 till 10 and I've been sewing forever and I just feel like a dork. So please, if you can see what I'm saying, tell me who Yana is, because it's probably one of the directors and I feel like a dork. I think I've said that a few times. There are several companies that would be an honor to perform with. Martha Graham dance would be an honor to perform with. I trained a lot in Graham growing up. I love the Graham technique and style. It's beautiful. But again, I think it to be a full-time member of a company like that to really do justice to the style. I don't know if they even consider guest dancers. Go through. From that one company in like Belgium or something. Oh, Iana! I know. Iana Salenko. Yes, it's Iana Salenko. Ilana, I think, or Iana Salenko. Isn't she just a dream? She's just amazing. Oh my God. I think she's incredible. I just love these dancers who they're working all over the world, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and that's definitely something I want. The opportunity to get to work all over the world in different roles with different people and partners. And I mean, my God, Stephen McRae, could you just die? If any of you don't know who Stephen McRae is, you better look him up and do yourself a favor, because he is incredible. And he's a happy family man. He and his wife just had a baby together, which is really sweet. And, you know, he posts pictures with them too. But it's not about that so much as just his technique is beautiful and his artistry is beautiful. Okay, I think we are almost done. Hi, sweetie. I'm just going to finish up this shoe here, and then we're going to pull the other shoes out of the oven, take a look, and that'll be it. All right, so one thing that I had said originally on my live stream posting before I realized that I couldn't do the live stream, I had mentioned that the first 5 people to join me on this live stream would get an autographed photo of me doing Giselle, but I wasn't sure if that was going to come through. So I would like to say that of the people who are still watching in this last 20 minutes, if you are interested in getting a autographed photo of Giselle mailed to you, of me doing Giselle, do me a favor. You don't need to post it on here on the live chat, obviously, but if you want to send me a message directly through my YouTube or through my Periscope with your mailing address, I would be more than happy to send you one. So yeah, as a big thank you to you all for joining me on this first of my first live stream ever. It's been such a pleasure having you all here with me, and I've loved all your questions. They've been really good, and it's just been so much fun having fellow dancers and dance enthusiasts with me on this sewing journey. You know what I mean? I just love sharing all of this with all of you guys. I could talk ballet all day. Could also talk movies all day. I mean, I'm definitely, like I said earlier, that idea for the Renaissance Woman TV show, there's a reason behind it, because I would love to write it and then just be in it. In the meantime, I enjoy being a Renaissance woman. I mean, I'm that dork where I'm learning French. I'm trying, I'm teaching myself with this great app on my iPhone called Duomo. Love it. And I love to sing. I love to write. Oh my God. Love to read books. Love learning new skills. There's just so much in life to learn and to experience, and I can't get enough of it. Cooking, forget about it. I need to make one about this. I need to make a video for you guys about my Cipriani sauce. I know Cipriani. It's Henry's recipe that my ex taught me, and I love it. And I think you guys should know it, because it is delicious. Best marinara sauce I've ever had. Oh my God, this is the last stitch in the shoes, you guys. It's incredible. There we go. Oh, the last stitch. Okay. Now, I will put the needle back in my little needle kit. I'm going to keep things safe. And put away. Make sure I put this needle back into the wax thread thing. So I'm going to finish this shoe in the morning. I need some sleepy sleeps. My goodness. There's the finished second shoe. All right. Again, I need to put a little bit of crazy glue on that so it doesn't fray. There we go. Yes. I'm learning French too. I'm using Memrise on my phone. Ooh, I've never heard of Memrise. I'll have to check that one out. Thanks for the tip. If you check out Duomo, tell me what you think, and I will check out Memrise. I love suggestions. French, Memrise. I think French is such a beautiful language, don't you? And since I already speak Spanish, todavía yo hablo español, más o menos. I mean, ocasionalmente yo tengo problemas con la traducción, obviamente, pero en general yo puedo conversar en español con otras personas. So hopefully I'm hoping that'll make French a little bit easier. What does this say? I actually just got done sewing my shoes yesterday. I was thinking about procrastinating, but I had to get down to business. Oh my God, yes, good for you, Josie. I am envious because I still have to finish the rest of this shoe. It's happening tomorrow. In the meantime, let's pull out our pointe shoes from the bakery, shall we? Okay. Pull them out. Oh my gosh, yes, they are nice. They're so warm. Fresh from the oven. Look at that. Fresh baked pointe shoes. I love that. I want this to be like my Christmas card. Me pulling out fresh baked pointe shoes. So they're still warm, and I don't want to like mush them a lot here. I'm going to now just let them sit out in the regular air and cool. All right, but definitely harder, which is really exciting. And I love that. So that's one pair. Make sure they all have room to really air out. 4, 5, 6. There we go. This is like my treasure trove, you guys. I just love it. Duomo is spelled D-U-O-M-O. Is that right? Is it Duomo or Domo? D-O-M-O. It has a little owl, like a little hoot owl on it. It's on my phone. You know what? Periscope people, I'm going to wrap it up. You're one person. I love you dearly. Thank you so much for coming on here and watching. Be sure, if you would like an autograph photo of me performing from Giselle, to send me a direct message with your mailing address, and I will send that your way. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Toi, toi, toi. Love you. And then I can quick see for you guys on YouTube who are still here what this is called. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's Duolingo. I totally spelled it wrong. So Duolingo, spelled D-U-O-L-I-N-G-O. I'm not sleepy at all. I can feel the makeup just going, ugh. I'm so ready to be done today. So no more 3-hour live streaming events unless it's like for a really fancy foo-foo deal and thousands of people are watching and I'm getting paid to do it, right? No, it's been so much fun with you guys. So, Duolingo for the French app on the phone. Thank you so much for all of your comments and questions and everything about the Pointe shoes. I would love to do this again. I'm going to see if I can't do one streaming event every week, just an hour, where we all swap some questions and catch up. Again, if you would like an autographed photo of me performing Giselle, mailed to you, send me a direct message, don't put it on here, and let me know your mailing address and I'll send it your way as a big thank you for being a part of my very first live stream, the Pointe Shoe Party. My name is Georgia Reed. You've been watching Ballerina Badass. We have 5 minutes left here, so if there are any more questions. I was going to say Duolingo. Yep, you have it already. Oh, good. Yay! I love it. She already has it. It's perfect. Yeah. Oh, and next time I will try and finish also sewing. Oh, these lovely Rubios. They're just a little short on my feet. I'm so disappointed, but I love the way they look. Beautiful shoe by Russian Pointe. And then I can finish up these freeds that I really want to play with. That will be fun. Oh my god, they're so mushy. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're welcome, Jessica, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for sticking through it. I really, really appreciate it. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. And, I'm going to put on my special bunion covers. Another video that's coming out this week for you guys, by the way. I had a request for information on how to deal with bunions as a dancer. And there's a lot of great YouTube videos about bunions. I didn't see a lot from dancers, though, so of course I'm going to make my own to share with you guys. And I do point you in the direction of some other videos that I've enjoyed. So I'm going to put on these really hideous-looking but very helpful bunion toe separators. And then, what else is coming this week? Oh my god, also, this week I am finally posting my Collab-a-Dance video, which I'd originally called the telephone dance, but I'm calling it Collab-a-Dance because it's about 8 to 16 counts of dance movement, and I'm posting it up online for you all to take and rephrase, reimagine, redo any way you want, and then if you want to post another video of you showing what you've done with it, I would love that. I promise, of course, I will not repost your video unless you give me permission, and it's really about collaborating as a dance community. So if you've ever worked in improvisational dance classes where the teacher gives you a phrase of 8 counts and then you take it and you rework it, you can invert it, or you can retrograde it, you can do it backwards, forwards, upwards, downwards, different timings and things like that, make it your own. And I would love to see what you all come up with. And then, yeah, so that's coming up, the bunion video is coming up, and of course more updates. So I think we're good. You know what, I'm going to wrap it up. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this is Ballerina Badass. My name is Georgia Reed. You know what I'm going to say. Never give up. Never stop dancing. I love you all. Toy, toy, toy. And... where's the off button? Honey, where's the off button? I guess I say pause. Do I say pause? How do you stop it? I don't know! Yay! What do I push?
Go to the program that's doing the streaming, which is not your browser.
Ah, hello.
Go to stop streaming. Bottom right.
Yay!